Hello, humans, and other such figures. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? Well, I'll wait for people to arrive. And in the meantime, I will start playing a little something. A little ditty. A little bit of the old song action. Come on, microphone. Here we go. All right. How about we do a little, the old Ayabushi. It's not the song we're going to learn today, but just while we're waiting for people. How about we do that? Let's do that. Hey, Carl. You have your Shamisen tuned up, Carl? Sweep. Thank you. No, give me a sec. Oh, yeah, go for it. It's going to be a rocking one. Something like that. Hey, Lucas. Boy, the shirt looks so good. I would have mine on, but it's a little chilly down here. Let's see. So we all got our shim-shams ready to go. Yeah, it's that cold here in jacket, Kyle. Well, we do have a heater, but I usually either lazy to turn it on, or I feel, it's just me in here and the heater's in the other room, so it's a lot of heat. I'm spoiled anyway. It's Santa Cruz. Oh, okay. Hey, Jazz. Glad you can make it for a little bit. Let's see. Well, before we get started, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's like our last lesson was the week before Christmas, I guess. I meant to do one last week, but plans, and same thing for the week before, but glad we can get back on the roll. Hey, Jose. We're all ready in time to learn Turkish March. You should have some chili sauce to warm up. I had some Dijon, which is Dijon mustard, which is that's more acidic. That's not really spicy. I had hot coffee, though. Really hot coffee, and a lot of it. But again, that warms my heart, but not my body. Let's take a little show and tell of what's been going on here over the Christmas time and such. This is I think as we remember, this is the dough that was made out of a light wood, and I carved it I did a lot of extra carving inside, not the ayasugi, but just made it really thin, kind of accidentally, so it's lighter than a standard dough. So to balance it out, I'm making a shamisen, and I think we can compare the size now. We can compare the size. Oh, slightly farther away, Cam. About like there. Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's almost 1 tenjin height, a little less, but maybe a 3/4 size. I don't know. Half a tenjin height smaller, shorter. So it's it's nice, easier to play because you don't, especially for like 6 to 9. It's not a giant stretch where I would usually use my pinky or something. Everything is kind of close together, but not too close where your fingers are all bunched, but nice. A relaxed size. It's about futozao. It's chuzao-ish. I measured. I mean, I had a little accident. I worked a little too fast and kind of cut too far here. So to keep it round, uniform, this is thinner than normal. So this is about chuzao thickness here. But actually the top is about 29 to 30 millimeters. So it's kind of futozao width on the top, I think, which is pretty cool. I had a little accident. I want to avoid urushi not because of the toxicity. I don't mind that. It's just it makes everything uniform brown. And that's kind of what I didn't like about for my homemade shamisen. My other homemade shamisen is there was a nice color difference of a tan base with the orange top, but it kind of made everything uniformly orangey brown or whatever of the urushi. So yeah, let's skip that. Even the Tokyo Agaki shamisen, except for the akatsuki, the other Tokyo Agaki shamisen, sakura, eclipse, and anything else that's made, those don't use urushi for the sol. In fact, it doesn't have any lacquer so far. Yet they make it super shiny, and I was always wondering, like, how do they do that? Because if your hand gets sweaty, or if the sol gets sweaty, it will dull. So it's not sealed per se. But then if you put like tsubaki, the camellia oil on it, it becomes completely shiny again. Blah, blah, blah. I thought, okay, I'll put tongue oil first. I'll first use the stone to burnish it, put on tongue oil, and then wax on top of that. I'm sorry, it was first just going to be tongue oil. I put on a coat of that, looked shiny. I put on 2 coats. That was the problem. Everything went dull, and the stone wouldn't burnish it again. Uh-oh. So then I thought, okay, how about Danish oil, which is tongue oil plus a thin varnish. I'll put that on and then wax on top of that. That was even worse. And then took a bath and had a brain inspiration, whatever. I used a compound first that kind of it's an orange cut polish or something. It's a orangish solution, and that makes it it's a more coarse, and it kind of makes it just uniformly satin, as it were. And then there's along with that, there's an automotive plastic cleaner, which is, I don't know, maybe 3,000-4,000 grit, perhaps 5,000 grit. A plastic cleaner compound, which is to take off little scratches, and then a plastic polish, like for car surfaces. So I did that, and then wax on top of that, and thankfully now it's super shiny and minimal. It's very minimal. When I make another shamisen, I want to do the same without the tongue oil. So I tried on the itomaki. These are the itomaki I made for it. These just have camellia oil on them. I forgot which one it was. But to experiment, I just used the camellia oil and then the polish, the buffing compound on top, and the wax after it, and it's perfect. It's just like this. So I will definitely be doing that. I think that's the secret. I mean, I don't think it's exactly what Tokewagaki does, but definitely it's good enough. That's been, up until now, that's always been the problem. You know, I've been using you know, little varnishes and such for my older homemade shamisen to, you know, get it shiny like another kind of shamisen, but then it's too thick and it fills the pores and it looks plasticky. But then if just using camellia oil alone, you know, it looks dull. I don't want that either. And then urushi was close, but you know, that I'm sure I know they don't do that either for the sol. So, you know, what could it be? Well, this is probably as close as we're going to get. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's over. Let's see. Put the blowtorch to work. Yeah, right. Did you choose that oil to get better licks? Okay, here we go. No, not this. Oh yeah, so Larry hasn't finished his shamisen yet. Oh, let me just show the final thing. The wooden nail. This is pretty cool. This is the future of shamisen, I'm sure. I'll be covering that screw, at least painting it blonde or something. Yeah, I'm intending. Oh, caught in the cord. I'm intending the drill holes here, here, here. The screws will go in there, come out underneath the ebony there, and then tie around. But yeah, that's pretty classy. Bird's eye maple and then ebony on top, the Makassar ebony. Yeah, fancy time. Okay, that's that. Okay. Right. That's that. Yes, Larry hasn't come in a long time. November. He almost did, but then he didn't. So I'm going to try to I'm going to attempt to make 3 shamisen before he finishes his first. We'll see what happens. All right, that's all done. How have you all guys been? Let me know. We're going to do Turkish March today. We're in the key of C. So make sure you're all tuned. C niagari. Where's my tenjin? Oh. Okay, ready? Here we go. Do we want... I'll just run through the beginning of Turkish March. Hopefully we remember it. Let me know if you don't. Oops, here we go. think that's what where we are at right now. I just thought I just I had one thing I want to share with you all. Realization. So practicing shamisen, practicing anything. We all are in the situation of we want to practice regularly because when we practice regularly, um, we're absorbed in it. Our hands are always warmed up, and so much more becomes possible with that kind of comfort uh, and such. But speaking for myself, and I'm sure this is true for many, we have moments in our lives, like hopefully months, but even just like 1 week or so, where we're practicing every day in the evening or whenever we can, and then something in life comes up and boom, it just drops off, and then it's a real struggle to get back into it, especially when you know if we don't practice for a week or two, our hands you know lose our wrists or whatever lose some strength or whatever from that being regularly worked out. So then it's kind of hard to get back into it. And what I've been doing, this of course is a big struggle for me. And I was trying to, my goal was always to practice sometime in the middle of the day, because I work at home. It's kind of easier to pick it up. And of course, if you go to the office, then that's a bit harder. But at least in the afternoon or evening, sometime, that's when I was going to practice. But that was less. I don't want to say it was almost depressing, but it was much harder to keep that consistent because later on in the day is when other plans can kind of crop up, as it were. Like, okay, I'm gonna practice, do work and such, and then I don't know, a friend comes over or a plan. Hey, let's go to the beach or whatever, and then okay, I guess I'm not gonna practice today. I'm gonna do this. Not only that, but it's it shouldn't be a chore, but if it is something that's important to you, you're gonna keep thinking, I gotta do it today. I gotta do it today. But that kind of, it takes you out of the zone. It takes you out of what you're doing in the moment because you're constantly thinking, I gotta remember to do this thing in the future. And that's not really that fun. So, long story short, too late. What I started doing a week or two ago is start just practice in the morning. I wake up, check my email or something, and then one of the first things I do is just start playing. Even 10 minutes, whatever. And then I know in the day my mind is fresh. I get some songs in, practice a new song, even just 5 minutes practicing a new song, throat singing, whatever. Basically, I get the most important things done at the beginning of the day. And that has brightened my mood, brightened everything for the rest of the day because I know that the thing that's most important to me, I already did in the beginning of the day. So with that free, and I know whatever I did, I know my wrists got worked out, so that'll improve for the next time. Throat singing, everything I need to do, is done. So I can kind of enjoy the rest of the time, even though I'm working. The important stuff, get that done in the beginning of the day. It is efficient. I didn't prepare this ahead of time, so I ramble on a little bit, but you get what I mean. So I don't know if you guys have, if any of you guys are thinking, I should practice more or struggling with practice, try at the beginning of the day, just 5-10 minutes or whatever, and within a week you'll notice like your wrists getting stronger and whatnot. I mean, now after a week or two, now my jonkara is feeling better than it's ever before. Has felt better than ever before. Just the wrist feels strong, coordination, everything feels so good. And you can only get that feeling from regular practice. So yeah. Um, yes, if you have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, I could see that being a little difficult. Hey, Neil, glad you can make it. Um, that's a good. I mean, sleep. Sleep is more tempting for sure, definitely. Yeah, north of the wall. Uh, uh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, even if you think of like after work, kind of sometime that kind of regular. So first thing after work is like when you wake up from work, uh, then you start. Yeah, that's awesome too. Just some time of the day some time of the day where, that's it, that's it. Some time of the day where you know you have a moment of consistency. Like the most consistent part of my day is right in the morning. Um, and then later in the day is when other things, you know, other plans can just kind of spontaneously happen or work spontaneously happen and whatnot. Um, so like, yeah, after work is a consistent moment of consistency where nothing usually changes, uh, or the same thing. I don't know. Routine. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Awesome stuff. Uh, Now Turkish March. Keep on talking about that topic. I'll continue with Turkish March. Whoops. Reading at the same time. Okay, the next part is. I don't think we covered this last time. 0, 2, sharp, and open ni no ito together. Sa no ito. 0, 2, sharp, and 0, 2, sharp, 0, 2, sharp, 2, 0. Hey, Vex. Like that. Zero, 2, sharp, 0, 2, sharp, 2, 0. Then, ni no ito, we're going to do sharp, 2, sharp. Sharp, 2, sharp. 0, san no 0. San no ito 0. Sharp, 2, sharp, 0, 2, san no 2, 2. Then, ni no ito. Sharp, 0. So 0, 2, sharp, 0, 2, sharp, 2, 0, sharp, 2, sharp, 0, 2, sharp, 2. Note, when I go back here, that's meaning ni no ito. When I go back here, that's ich no ito. Okay, glad you could join in, Jazz. Say hi to Calvin for me. For us. Say hi to Calvin for us. From us. Now that could be both down and upstroke. Like that. Da 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 da. Either way. Oh, congratulations, Vex. What kind of shamisen are you getting? Da 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 da. Again. Da 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 da. Then bar, kind of bar these two strings, and then sanno 2, sanno 2, da da, then sharp, minueto sharp, da, open, da, then sanno 2 open, da, da 2 sharp 0 2. 2 2 sharp 0 2 da 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 0 2 sharp 0 oh no 0 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 2 0 sharp 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 0 0 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 2 0 sharp 2 2 sharp 0 0. Excellent. Hey, it's not a late Christmas present. It's extending the Christmas season, which is awesome. That's why I open my presents once a month, so I can say Christmas never ends. Okay. Again. 0 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 2 0 sharp 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 0 0 2 sharp 0 2 sharp 2 0 sharp 2 2 sharp 0 0. And when you get comfortable with that pattern, you'll also find that adding in some upstrokes will keep things fluid. And then for the second time, you can do squee up and down, little tremolo. Da 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 da. Like that. Any questions about that? Next part is the real tricky part. So let me know if you have any questions about this part. Here's a Kevinism for this part. Where you each noto 14 or 16, 14 number, and from there you go. 16 is the same as 10 noto, same as 6 sanoito. So slide from each noto 16 to 10 to 12-ish, and we slide 16 down until your index finger. Oh wait, actually you use one finger per string. So ring finger each noto, slide until your middle finger lines up with 10 ni no ito, and then strike 10, slide, and then when your index finger lines up with 6 sa no ito, slide down on that one. So. Like that. That's one of Kevin's thingies. Though I usually just use the middle and index finger. Just flatten over here to play the last string. So. Oh, right, he does that. Did he teach you that, or did he teach someone else? Something like that. He does that for Turkish March? Oh, Vex, this is the yubikake, or yubisuri. It helps with sliding. It helps with sliding on the sao. Very, very useful. Or like that. Oh, I see. Interesting. Gotta have your variety, man. Gotta have your variety. Then, ready to kick it up a notch. This is position 13 sharp, I think. This is 13. I believe it's called 13 sharp on the Fujaku. It should sound major like that. So it'll start here. Sharp 14, and use your ring finger for 14. And this will be up and down, every one. Dot, 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 dot. It'll be sharp 14, sharp 12. And then 10. Mike does, middle finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, index finger. It's a little sloppy, but I just use index finger and middle. Moving down from sharp to 12 to 10. You have to be much more precise, so it doesn't sound too sloppy, but it's easy to do so. Jose, Kyle, in your opinion, which is the most tricky or difficult technique to play in shamisen? This one. Or that's a song, not a technique. I think komazuke would be where you're pressing the koma with your pinky to mute the sound. That also brings up harmonics. Brings certain harmonics. So that never feels comfortable for me. Reagan does it, and he's a big advocate of it. Even in the at Shame camp, he was saying for the Bachizuke section of the camp, he was saying to do that, strike, and then no, not even Bachizuke. For my bachi, in getting this muted tone, he was saying always put your pinky on the koma, and I wasn't doing that because I don't like to do that. And he went over to me and said, put your pinky on the koma. So, yeah. Let's see. I would say sitting on your goddamn shins. Yeah, that's the second. Um, let's see. Oh, Vex. I try to do it once a week, on Thursdays. But there's a Christmas break and then kind of conflicting schedule where every day was had an appointment or something in the past 2 weeks. But hopefully from here on out, uh, until middle of February, I'll be able to do this every week. Um, okay, so that's the first one. If you can, have each one of those quick, I mean sharp, like that. Even just practice that over and over again. Da 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 da. That'll be the next. 12 and 10. 12, 10, 12, 10. Like that. Oh, right, yes. Carl competed in the Hirosaki in Team Bachido uh, in 2014. All of us went to Japan, and yeah, we were in Seiza. We were all sitting on the floor. And how do you keep up your speed on difficult ports? Just training or getting endurance. That is playing it enough to where you can stop thinking about it. Especially for this phrase, I had to play it slowly, but I just played it over and over again. Yeah, 10 minutes a day. And then after a week or two, eventually, oh yes, that's it. When I practiced it on my own, I couldn't pick up the speed because I was thinking about it too hard. But then after a week or two, I listened to Monsters of Shamisen doing it and played along with it. And while listening to the recording and doing it, it turned off my brain enough, right? I stopped focusing on my own playing to where my muscle memory could kick in. And then kind of before my eyes, it was precise and going at a faster my hands were moving at speed and such. So there is a time to do it slow and make sure your fingers are moving where they need to be, and then you have to find some way to not think about it or not focus on it. 'Cause, yeah. Now my sure, Carl, I'll do it all at the medium speed. My own precision, or my notes get a little sloppy here, but yeah. Oops. I think the what do you call that? The pitch is off, or I'm not quite hitting the right notes. I think on the lower part, but I haven't really checked it in a while, so I'll have to do that later. Oops, I don't. Something about that doesn't sound right. But yeah. And especially if you don't look at your shamisen and flow with it more. Oops, I have to look at the shamisen. Yes, pitch is a little off. It's quite a bit off. Um, but somehow I have to figure out how to play this faster um, on pitch because eventually Mike wants to do it. So that's the first thing here. Oh, yes. Hey, that brings up a good point. Carl and anyone else who's watching, I've been thinking, so, as we may or may not know, I have a really cool, easy way to record now. And I had a thought, what about, we have on Patreon, I include notation, but if there was another support level or whatever it is called, tiers, not this kind. If there's another level that had a recording to follow along with as well, like slow and medium or whatnot, how would people feel about that? Would anyone be willing to shell out a few more bucks? I don't know, instead of $10, $15 a month or $20 a month or something, to have a recording to follow along with. And then you don't have to go through the live lesson and try to find it within an hour or within the hour to look exactly for where it's being played. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. But for now, sharp, sharp 14, sharp 12, 10, 12, 10, flat 8. Wait. Yeah. Sharp 14, sharp 12, 10, 12, 10, flat 8. Then 10, flat 8 again. 10, 12, 10, flat 8. 10, flat 8. What would that be? 7. Down. And then 8 again. 8 flat. 8 flat. That's probably a good amount for now. If you can get that everything precise, not sliding too much, then that'll be great. And kind of the consistent rhythm. Da 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 da. Jose, sounds good. More options are always welcome, but I don't know if if I would use that audio for training some lessons. Maybe in faster, longer songs would be very helpful. Okay, good to know. Um, like so, for example, what's something we've done in the past? Um, I think this was maybe things something we've done. We've done a lot of stuff. If that was a recording, that could be repeated or something. Would that be? That's something you wouldn't use or could use? I'm thinking for like, for people like you who come and watch it, who watch it live, then you're there and you know when the actual you know education portion is coming. But I wonder for people like Jazz, if they're watching it later or something, or Joel or so, or such people. Um, well, I wonder how many of them actually watch the whole thing through, or they scan to find when the education parts are, because some things you I guess on YouTube you can't see the comments, so it's kind of like a one-sided conversation sometimes. Um, oh, of course, yeah. This isn't. This particular lesson isn't to attract more people. Uh, it started because I have to learn it, so hey, might as well all learn it together. Um, okay, okay, good to know. Good to know. Um, all right, I'll think about it. Material, material. Oh, Vex. That's a difficult thing. It's on one of the live streams. I don't know which one though. We've done so many. Um, I didn't do a very good job of categorizing them too. I just wrote in the notation. I just have the date. I should have been titling them with some. Oh, also, I kind of run out of, um, recently I've kind of been running out of stuff to teach in a way. Like unless I teach more menial, or like actual songs, and such. But, you know, we've done a lot of technique related things, like coming up with drills. So it's kind of whenever there's something, now it's more scrounging up things. Like if I'm learning something at times, learning something out at the time, it's kind of thinking like, oh, this is material, basically. We just need material. Oh, extended Suberibachi drill. There we go. Johnny Pete's. Johnny Pete's. There we go. Thank you. Good thing someone's paying attention. um, well, that's good for today, I think. I mean, that's a sizable chunk. But that's good. That's a good drill too. Just that phrase. Things to look out for. Oh, let people tell you their favorite parts of some famous players. Then you dissect the technique and make a small etude of it. Oh, that's something Kevin would do. Yeah, maybe. I don't necessarily know the technique of famous players. I mean, depending on specific phrases like Osanai, that riff, like if there's a specific riff. Oh. Oh, making the etude. Like composing the etude. Oh, take apart from a song. Oh, I see, I see. I thought composing something from it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you mean tell tell you let people tell you their favorite parts of some famous songs? Oh no, technique. I see famous players. I see. I see. Yeah, that's worth a try. Hey, folks, if you have any favorite parts of some famous players, let me know. Um, that'd be worth a try to see if I can specifically a song or something to listen to dissect or something. Let's see if we can make it work. Um, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, folks, let me know. Send me a link or send. Yeah, let me know. We'll see what we can do. Um, Don't got it. That kind of thing. Well, actually, any song would be. There's certain. It seems like there's certain tones that I'm not sure can be replicated. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Um, you mentioned teaching Turkish March to learn it. Learning new technique on the shamisen is also worth your time. Very true stuff. Very true. Uh, yeah, no. If that's the thing though. If people have if people what am I trying to say? If people have a suggestion or request, if people have a request for a specific phrase or technique or whatnot, then totally, I'd be totally down to teach that. But it's I think what I meant is if there's no suggestions, if I don't have any suggestions saved, or if I don't have any available to go from, then I'm thinking, what to kind of create, what are either people interested in, or just what comes to mind. And I think either one lesson I didn't do, or did a short one because I just didn't have any ideas, and nobody had requested anything. So it's kind of what I do from there. But no, yeah, that's the thing. So teaching techniques, especially if there's a specific phrase or song or person or whatever, um, especially if it's a manageable chunk, um, then that would be really awesome. Um, as long as people suggest it. Um, is there a good place to go to learn anywhere in the world? I travel a lot. Have you heard of bachido.com? It's the site I run. Um, oh, you mean in person? Well, this is the just in case. This is the online place. That's the online where there's video lessons, lots of materials, learning materials and such. Um, yeah, you can learn from me, Santa Cruz. Then there's Kevin Metz in Japan, uh, in Aomori. Those would be the two easiest. Mike Penny in LA. Yeah, there's many different places. Several, not that many, but a few different places. Techniques used in Jonkara songs from different players or so. Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. When it gets to like the super A class, like Koji Yamaguchi, Shibata Kyodai, and such, that gets a little tricky because they are such high level. Um, Sometimes, if it's a manageable, like if it's like one phrase or something, like for example when Carl wanted, what was that one? I forgot. That was that phrase. I might not be able to do too much because it took a lot of time of breaking it down. Um, like listening to it really slowly and notating it and such. And unfortunately, I don't really have time to do that on a regular basis. Um, but if it's maybe half that length or something from a specific players, and you have a recording, they can send me like a specific timestamp or whatever. That would be great. I'd be happy to do that. Oh, I already forgot part of that. What part of Japan are you moving to? Because there are options of people I know who I could recommend. Um, Wish them the footage of the 2014 Taikai. You mean the A class? Is the YouTube the live? There's the U streams. Are there not? Are they not there anymore? Are there not? Are they not there anymore? Hiroshima. I don't know anybody in Hiroshima. Unfortunately, that far south. But look up. You could definitely look up. You know, local. Ask some local people. I'm sure there's many teachers there. I just don't know. How long is Hirosaki Taikai? Let's see, isn't it from I think May 3rd to 5th? I think Golden Week. Yeah. Hey Carl. Fun fact: it's not fully confirmed yet, but we're thinking about going in May 2019, doing solo individual competition and a group competition. Like Kevin might compose a California Shamisen sort of jonkata or some kind of thing. Nothing's actually confirmed yet. It's just a thought we've been having, but possibly next year in May we'll be going back. We won't do an official. We won't do a super official, Team Bachido. That might be the name, but where everyone's going to the hotel together, all that kind of coordination. Just anybody who wants to come on your own, sort of thing. That's nice. Jose's going at a great time of year. Lucas, yes. So, nope. Let's see. This year for Berlin or Europe might be. There's no news about that. However, yesterday I Skyped with one of the directors or one of the people at the International Shakuhachi Festival in Prague, and they are planning their September 2019 International Shakuhachi Festival, and would really like Shami Camp to be part of that. So if all goes well, meaning if we get grant funding, basically that's about it. If we get grant funding, fingers crossed, we'll have Shami Camp there, September 12th to 16th or so. Nothing will be confirmed until probably December 2018. But, that's on the radar. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing that. Maybe get a little. Prague is where it would be. And kind of a palace place or a Renaissance-y building. That'd be pretty cool. Apparently it's really cheap, he said. Like beer is equivalent to $1. A good lunch is $6. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so actually, and There have been a number of Tsugaru Shamisen players coming through Prague in the past year or two, so kind of interest is starting to grow. Um, so by next year, it should be a pretty cool thing. Nobuto Yamanaka Nobuto, um, who's you showed, you know, the Utatsuke and Zhong A class and such a really, really great player, has done. Last year, he did a master class at the International Shakachi Festival. Yay! So, oh, sweet, yeah. So hopefully we can get the whole crew together for that next year. Oh, Prague. Um, who was that guy? Stefan Pollinier. He came from Austria to the Berlin. He was really cool with redhead guy. That was a lot. I enjoyed that the most when we all were hanging out at the bar, like till 2 a.m. and it was summer, so it was we're just outside on chairs and benches. That was a lot of fun. Doing throat singing, planking, and whatnot. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for excellent suggestions. Any specific players, if you'd like request, if you would like to request a specific player, a specific player's phrase to learn, send me a link of the person playing it, the specific timestamp or whatever, and the phrase, and I'll try to pick it up and teach it next time after we get through Turkish March. Okay, thank you all. Have a good week, and see you next week. I think I'll be here. Same time, same place. Bye-bye. Thank you, Vex. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Lucas. And whoever else is watching. Johnny Peets. Thank you, Johnny Peets. Thank you, Jazz. You'll hear that later. Okay, cool stuff. Oh, thank you, Neil. Okay, see you guys later. Where do we turn this off?